Hi guys, this week's episode of LiViN podcast is proudly brought to you by Matesi & Co.
Matesi & Co, an excellent clothing brand born from the heart of a mother right here in Adelaide, and everything about this brand is so meaningful, from the quality of product right down to the name.
Because it's a mix of her two sons' names, Matteo and Jesse. So make sure you give them a follow, check it out, make a purchase, and you can feel as comfortable as we feel right now wearing our new Matesi & Co threads.
Go get yours right now, matesiandco.com.au.
Matesi & Co, they've got you covered.
Am I living? Oh, what a funny thing.
Like, I think if we talk over it, it doesn't pick it up as much. Guys, listener, if you're part of this LiViN community, we've talked about our jingle a little bit. This is not how I wanted to start the episode, but I'm going to talk directly over this song for copyright reasons, just to ensure that we're not breaching it, but we keep getting flagged. We're within our rights.
We are within our rights. We're only using 30 seconds.
Less
and
than,
that's
it's less than. It's like 28. I think it's 28
Oh,
seconds.
come on. We need to just contact Tones and I direct.
Oh
So
my God,
listen,
we've
talk
tried.
to your people.
How many times did we do
I know.
that? But
Maybe
we did.
one more. It's a new year of the horse. Let's
Look,
go.
And it's probably been a couple of years. We did that season one.
We did try and reach
Reached
out.
out.
All right, Tones, we're coming for you.
Tones. God bless her, they hate.
Tones.
Guys, hi.
Hi, hello.
Hi, welcome.
Hi,
Monday
welcome.
morning. I'm Vince Fusco.
I'm Nancy Timpano.
And you're listening to another episode, or watching
Yeah.
another episode of LiViN podcast with the two of us, which is where we come together every Monday.
Yep.
We talk about life, what we're living through, what you're living through, what you've been sharing with us, and what we're seeing in the world. And there's a lot, guys.
And it's kind of no coincidence that we are almost dressed the same today, even
Oh,
though
hey.
we do actually do this a lot.
We actually
without
do.
planning. And today was a semi-plan, really, because I didn't know what colour I was going to wear and whatever. But this week's episode of LiViN Podcast is proudly brought to you by Matesi & Co. And this is just two examples of the T-shirts that you can get in their amazing range. I'm
so
wearing the
good.
black with the white logo.
I'm going with the khaki because I feel like this is just a lovely tone for my skin, is what I've been told. This is one of my colours, but not many people have khaki, but I'm going khaki this one here. Call me Robert Irwin this week if you want, Nance.
But we have two different styles on because mine down the back, if you see,
mine
has,
have
can
that.
you see that?
Yeah, you can.
Matesi & Co. down my back.
And that
there
is
you go.
who is proudly sponsoring today's episode, bringing it to you, Matesi & Co. Visit them online, matesiandco.com.au. And guys, psst, little secret squirrel, if you use LiViN 15 for the next 2 weeks, you can get yourself 15% off. So
15% off full-priced items.
my
Full-priced items. Go
Bet
to
on
the
it.
cart, throw in a T-shirt. I actually bought a matching T-shirt to this for you, Jean.
his and hers.
I did. We haven't worn it together yet. I'm not sure
Do
that's
it.
going to go well with
But
you.
you could be like Matesi's other models.
Oh.
You know, we
Oh,
had
I wish.
beautiful
Yes,
Annalise
Annalise.
Caruso and Antonio, the Spartan Caruso.
Yeah.
They've got these clothes.
Oh,
I
they
thought-
absolutely do.
I thought if I bought it, I would look like him.
And Euge and I tried as well to do the power couple and have a photo. And we managed a photo. I don't know
I did see it.
if he'd
No, I
leave
did
the
see it.
house wearing the same clothes as me. But sometimes I have to say to him, can you take it off? Because it doesn't give me a chance to wear mine.
No, I think
He's
that's
like,
good.
I got dressed first.
Can I tell you, I wear this so often. And
Yeah.
I've got a couple of them, thank goodness, because
Yep.
they're so comfortable.
Yeah, they are.
And they're just like, the fit is beautiful, the comfort in it. I
Yep.
love it. I love this new style
Love
because
it.
I'm one of those millennials that used to wear skinny jeans.
Yeah, well,
And
same.
I still do ankle socks, but you know how like this is a new fit, this loose, it's a bit baggier.
Yes,
And it's
and
a new fit. I love it.
You've kind of offended me a little bit because I recently heard in the media that skinny jeans are not in fashion anymore, but I'm all for them still because I'm little.
I get it.
I'm little and I'm short. So, you know what? If you see me wearing skinny jeans, look the other way. I don't care.
But they probably don't look like skinny jeans on you. Whereas like someone
What are
on
you
me,
talking about?
No, like someone like me who's not skinny, right? Like but I used to put skinny jeans on, and sometimes it would just look like a bunch of people crammed into a bus. You know what I mean? Like, not good.
Would you regret that?
Funnily enough, I didn't regret it, and that's actually a good segue. You're perfect. You're
I know.
flawless.
You know.
Have you done this before? Is this your
I
first
have.
time on a mic?
Not my first rodeo.
But today's topic, Nance, we've been talking a lot with people out there and between us this week about regrets and going, you know what? Do we have any regrets? And this is a great thing because I think when you look back at them, there are so many past moments, I think, that we reflect on where we go, oh, I wish I said that.
Yeah.
Or I wish I'd done that.
In the moment, yeah.
Or
You
even
walk away and you've got the perfect response that you couldn't think of in the moment.
So here's a question for you. Have you ever been in that moment but turned around and just delivered it? Where you've like, now's the
I
moment.
think I have sometimes just, shocked people with a quick response and they've gone, oh, didn't know where that came from. And
Yeah.
obviously it was there somewhere in me and I've just said it. I don't know. I think I have. But then in the moment, I'm like, you go with it. And then sometimes you walk away and go, oh, now have I upset them? Have I offended them? But it does also feel good to get it out.
100%. I think that's the most important part. And I think this is where I like when I've been asked this question quite a bit about like regrets and what do you have any? And there's a few big life choices I've made in the last couple of years that I've gone back on. And with that, people have said, oh, like, do you regret that decision? And the answer is no, not at all, because I go, well, I did exactly what I needed to do when I needed to do it. And it's the right thing at that time.
Yep.
And a lot of people say this about like relationships or, you know, missed opportunities with workplaces or job things like that. And I think that's where like when does is probably a better question. When does awareness change, do you think? Is it in adulthood or is it purely through experiences that we can live with our choices we've made and reconcile that rather than being regretful? Like, because when I sit down and think about it, between the ages of 17, even less, I think between the ages of 16 and now, I've got no regrets, like nothing that I can think about and say, I truly, deeply regret that. There are moments where I'm like, oh, I wish that I didn't go through that. I wish that I had been able to, you know, not experience that, or I regret not saying, you know, people will go like, oh, grandparents, for example, or I regret not spending more time with them, and it's like, well, again, is it exactly what you needed to shape who you are?
Yeah, I know. I'm sitting here sort of quietly and just letting you speak because I'm in my brain. I'm going, do I want to say something? Do I not want to say something? Because I think most of the things that have happened to me in my life, like I don't regret, but I think there is moments and it's come up occasionally and I go, oh, I think I do have a regret. That in hindsight, who knows if it would have happened or not, but I'm going there. Here we go. I think I do have a regret of, as you know, Eugene and I went through IVF for Jaden. And it was a really, really, really hard time emotionally, physically, mentally. It was tough. And it was that tough that I felt like I was a bit of a psycho through the process. Yeah. And thankfully it ended up working after a few tries and whatever. And we've got our beautiful boy, Jaden, who's 10 right now. Oh, my God, I can't believe he's 10. And I was that adamant in the moment that I said I will never do IVF again.
Right.
Okay. Right?
Okay, yeah.
So once I had Jaden and I'm like, yes, I'm very grateful I've got him and everything, I wish I wasn't so stubborn and I wish I just backed it up.
Had another one, you'll try it again.
Yeah. We did try for 2 more years, naturally, because, you know, those bloody stories that everyone's got except me of like, oh, so-and-so, you know, after IVF, they felt pregnant naturally. I'm like, oh, yeah, awesome. So
totally
we did try that for 2 more years after having Jaden and that didn't work. And I just want to slap myself sometimes because I'm like, oh, why didn't I suck it up and go through it in hope, I don't know if it would have worked or not, but in hope that I could have possibly had another one. And I think, look, I'm happy I've got one son and I am very, very, very grateful. And I think it's more so there's been times in his life that he's asked for a sibling.
And that's really difficult. Like, I guess, like to talk to the other side of it and like, I guess these situations are not, I mean, like they're more common than we know.
Yes.
But then, like, I guess on the other side of like regretting that or not, and I think, like you said, even if he asks for it, like you yourself had said, I don't want to do that. You know what I mean? Like, is it similar to like childbirth in the sense of like, you know, how our bodies naturally, you have that trauma where it's like, I cannot have a baby again. But then your body forgets that trauma and is like, actually, no, I'm designed for this. Yeah. I mean, that's tough. Yeah, it's
a hard one because, like, you know, we're happy, we're healthy, we can't complain, we're not complaining. But if you actually really, if I had to look down the barrel of the camera and be 1000% honest, I would have to say I have had moments of regret. Yeah. It's not a thing that I wake up to every single day.
Is it regret or is it longing to have that?
I don't know.
Because they could be different as well.
Yeah, I don't know. But I just think because I didn't give it a go, had I given it a go and it didn't work for
But
us,
you did try, like you said, naturally, which
Naturally.
again,
but I was pretty stubborn that
you didn't want to go down the IVF path again.
I thought I physically couldn't, but, I wish I had.
Again, it's a very tough thing because,
Yeah.
again, that process, and I know the story. If you haven't
Yeah.
already, if you don't know the story, go back through the catalogues of The Alchemy of Success, previous podcast, where you were my first guest and you told the entire story of your fertility journey, your career, and it's a deeply personal recount of like your journey, which involved, like you said, multiple tries.
Yep.
On the other side, we're talking about these big life decisions.
Yeah. And
Let me just tell you what I've done.
Let's just flip the script.
A
Yeah.
couple of years ago, I had a vasectomy, and we were very much like, we're done. We are so blessed with 2 boys.
Yep.
We feel like this unit is perfect, and it is. Do you know what I mean? Like the dynamic is great between them, between us. It's a wonderful thing, and we're 2 years down the track from that, and we're sort of like,
Are we done?
are we done? Not that we feel like we're missing something. We don't feel like I need something. And then the other side of that as well is like we've got very close friends and family who have been going through the IVF journey over the last couple of years, unsuccessfully and successfully in varied stages of their journeys. And I think that also then put this sort of level of like thinking where I was like, am I going to regret doing what I've done? And that's what a lot of people asked. Like I said, like, do you regret getting it done in the first place? And I'm like, well, no, because at the time that's what we wanted. And probably the biggest like hindrance has been the recovery, over that period, just very uncomfortable. But I think then like when you hear people who are going through that journey, my regret was like, did I take this away? Did I take the option away to do that? And now I'm getting it I'm going through this to do it again, which is not an issue. Like
Which you haven't actually said.
What?
You haven't actually said, I'm going through this to do it all again.
Oh, so we've got the vasectomy reversed.
Okay, so you've actually had
Yeah.
the procedure,
Procedure's
and
been
now
done.
you have actually just reversed.
So I've had it reversed. And can I tell you, even the doctor, the surgeon was like, never this young, never this quick. He was like, never. And I just said, like, it's funny because, ultimately though, it's out of our hands, I think is the point I want to get back to. Let me just go back to that rather than digressing on my my reversal journey, which was not part of the topic.
Yeah.
But it comes back to like, this still may not work.
Exactly right. But you will not have the regret of not giving it a go or not knowing. Like you,
and I think that's
you've
probably
eliminated that.
That's
path.
right. We eliminated that path. But even then, like, I don't regret doing it.
No.
I don't regret getting it reversed. And like you said, if it doesn't work, I still won't regret this because
No.
I will have tried.
But you can sleep easy knowing like, oh, well, it wasn't meant to be.
Kind of, yeah, I think so. And that's kind of what I'm at.
100%.
Like, I'm at that point of like, it really is out of our hands.
Yeah.
But then going back to the moments when it is in your hands and you find yourself in a moment where it's like, do I say something?
Yeah.
Do you have that pit of fire come up and
Yeah.
you're like, do I say something to
Yeah.
somebody who I don't think they're going to receive this well? But if I don't say it, if I walk away, I'll feel worse in myself.
Yep.
Shoot your shot.
Yeah. I think I have spoken about it a little bit before, but as we're talking, I'm actually thinking of way more regrets I've got.
Oh, wow.
The list comes out. But I think
yeah.
I might have touched on it before. I regret growing up and going through sort of the peak of my performance career. When I was at my peak, we'd already lost dad.
Yeah.
Lost dad when I was 13. And then, a few years later, I really kind of hit a peak of my career and I was at uni doing dance and performance and I was performing professionally and getting lots and lots and lots of work. In that time, we always had a strict upbringing with the parents, but then losing dad really made mum hone down even more and put us under lock and key. And I 100% have the regret of I got offered many, many opportunities at my peak and I actually never even went home and asked the question.
Oh.
Yeah, in fear, not in fear,
No,
well, basically
but out of,
knowing
like,
that it was going to be a
knowing.
no.
And it's not even that it would have been a no. It's that it's almost like I can almost feel like that kills me because
Yeah, and I do
I
have
know
that.
what you're talking about.
Yeah.
And I know when you've
Yeah,
like that's
yeah.
but that shouldn't be a regret. Oh, you're going to make me cry with that.
Nah,
Nance.
I do have that regret because I think, look,
No, but good on you because you knew like you put others first. And not to regret that you shouldn't have. I can appreciate that. But I guess like when I was on Hey Hey Saturday, 7 years old, straight from that, I got offered the role of Chip in the premiere of Beauty and the Beast
Yep.
in Melbourne.
Yep.
It would have meant our whole family moving to Melbourne for 2
Yep.
years.
Yeah.
And Mum often said, like, oh, I regret us not doing that.
Yep.
But it would have been put such strain on all of us.
Yep.
Like there's 7 of us.
Mm-hmm.
I think she'd just had Fabian. And then she was also going through cancer at the same time. Like, how do you reconcile that regret of like, had you have done that, what trajectory do you think it would have?
Yeah, that's another regret, because I think I never will know how far I could have gone. Do you know what I mean? And now it's actually, wow, I didn't think this was actually meant to be about you talking the most today, but now it's true. But now, like, it's the regret as well, like having lost Dad when I was 13, Dad was and still is my biggest fan. And Dad would put me forward, or he would think. And when you said about moving to Melbourne, I remember us having the conversation at the dinner table that, you know, when I was doing Johnny Young Talent School, and as soon as I started, I actually very late started, 12 turning 13. And somehow I just took off. I just kept going up the ranks. And there came a time that, you know, I remember Dad sat us all down at dinner and he goes, right, there's a chance that Nancy's going to get picked for Young Talent Time to actually be one of the team. And I actually can't even remember personally if it was an offer that came. I actually don't know, or whether it was just Dad preempting the fact. But he was like very, very serious. He's like, right, she's just going gung-ho here.
He knows, yeah.
We might have to move to Melbourne.
Yeah.
And I remember him preparing the family. So anyway, having lost Dad very soon into my performance career, my professional performance career, again, it's a fucking regret. Like, damn it, I think if he was here.
Again, like it's almost one of those like, not that we will never know, but it's completely out of our hands.
I
Like,
know.
your choice in that only could have either been further influenced by your performance ultimately. And then I suppose if, yes, you did get selected to have his influence on the family, who knows what could have.
Yeah. There was just opportunities that came my way. I got offered to go overseas and do tours and stuff like that, and I never even asked. I never even asked if I could go. I didn't even ask the question. I didn't ask and get knocked back from Mum. I didn't
You didn't ask, you know. But that's kind of like, you know.
So I can't blame her, but I blame myself that.
But I think it's
I had the fear of asking, so I thought, well.
But do you think it was a fear of asking, of like, it's protecting yourself from the disappointment?
Yeah.
Because you probably knew, especially after Dad was gone, that there was no chance of it happening. So instead of asking and being disappointed and then putting that stress on her, I don't know if your mum's like my mum, but like if you ask a question of an old Italian mother, you ask a question that's totally hyperbole.
Yeah.
And they will remunerate on that and come back to you with all the solutions and all the stress that they all night they would have been like, but Nancy, why do you want to go?
Yeah.
Why would you want to go to Mum?
Yeah.
But like, Mum, it was just a question. But she's already over, you know what I mean? So you would have not wanted to put that on her, I'm sure.
No, I didn't. I absolutely didn't.
It's like not asking to go to birthday parties. How many times have my friends would be like, do you want to come out? And I'll be like, nah, I just say no straight away. I wouldn't even go home and ask because I knew it was a no. I'd be disappointed, they'd be disappointed. Yeah. Happened all the way.
And look, I ended up, while I was living under Mum's roof, I ended up being able to, perform at nightclubs and, dance at Heaven nightclub and, professional performances and, and stuff like that. And I ended up doing that, but that Mum always hated that because she always had that stigma of people were talking about her allowing her daughter to dance in a nightclub.
Yes, but
so
I
it's
think
the old school, so.
But I think that's going to happen naturally, and we have to remember our parents are migrants.
Yeah, but Dad was very, very, very modern in the sense of like, you do it, you go.
But I guess like I asked, like my mum was with me when I was 14 singing in the casinos in Melbourne Casino and in nightclubs. Again, I was 14 performing there. Yeah. I remember being there at 1 a.m. in the morning and being like, this is such a strange environment for a child. Yeah. Would they but Mum was, I don't know, like my dad probably had more fear around people talking about his son performing. And it wasn't until they really saw it that then everyone's like, oh, here's the singer. To this day, I still get, you're Tony's son, Vince, you're the singer. Yeah. Cantando. Yeah. But like, would you feel like, what would give you a point of I don't know, not reconciliation with it.
No, well, what I think I've done is I've continued, like, starting from 13 and
100%.
working professionally.
And you still are.
And that's what I'm saying. Well, there's the consolation that I'm still in the industry in whatever shape, way or form, with whatever capacity. I've never stopped. So I'm still there, and I'm not doing it for Dad because I love it, but I feel like I've always got that. I've got that backing there.
100%.
And he saw something in me, and I love what I do. So I'm going to keep going in, whichever way I can. And I think the other thing is, like, sometimes I will swallow your pride sometimes. Like, sometimes there's people out there that seem to have, made it more than you or whatever, right? And sometimes you get that feeling, and we've had that feeling before, that sometimes people look down on us.
A little bit.
Or they feel like, they're more superior. And that's fine. They don't know my story or whatever. And it's not a competition, because really there's room for everyone.
And I take 50% of that myself, because I know that I put that in myself. Like, I project that sometimes. I make myself feel small in a room where I feel like those are bigger personalities.
Yeah.
So sometimes I can't even blame them for making me feel like...
No,
you know
that's
what I mean?
right. That's right. But then sometimes I feel like I've had ideas, and what I have done is I'll ask the question. I might have an idea, and, I've thrown some ideas at you, and we've put our ideas out there to people. And again, it's like, maybe we get rejected nicely, or, the proposal doesn't go through. But it's like, okay, I don't have that regret.
Definitely.
I got it out. I tried.
100%. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take,
yes.
right?
So I do ask the question, and 100% of the time when I've got an idea, I actually look at it from both perspectives. Yes, is it going to help me? 100%. I'm not stupid. But on the other hand, is it going to help that person, that business, that company? 100%. So when I think of these ideas, that really I look at it as a win-win.
Yes.
I will ask the question.
But that's why you're the best person. This is so funny. I was just saying this to someone the other day about myself, but I can truthfully say it about you. You're the best person to have on your team.
Oh, wow.
You are one of the best people to have on someone's team for that very reason.
Oh, wow. That's big. It's going to make me cry.
Shut up. Really?
Yeah.
You don't think so?
Wow. Like,
No,
I
you're
know
one of
I
the
come
best.
from a good place.
No, you always do. You always do. And
that's
this is
big.
why you are one of the best people to have on my team in my life because of this. And anyone who has you on their team, they're lucky, because you always make sure that it's fair. You always make sure that everyone is included, and you always make sure that everyone's looked after. That's why you should have no regrets in what you do.
Well, I just think if I'm coming at you, even if I ask you a favour, it's not just like, oh, she's asking me a favour.
No, it's always a win-win.
It's always got to be
a win-win. You always make sure that everybody comes out with the optimal outcome.
It's got to make sense for everybody.
And it does. And if it doesn't, you don't do it.
No.
That's the thing. And that's why you're the best person to have on the team.
Wow. Thank you. Wow. Thanks. Jeepers.
100%. I've known that for a long time. I've known it since they died.
Oh, God. Okay. Thank you.
Here we are 20 years later sitting on a couch still chatting.
Sorry. Okay. This conversation really took a big turn.
You know what? Here's what we'll do. Let's take a second.
Yeah, let's take a minute.
Let's freshen up. Let's hear from our episode sponsor, Matessi & Co., because, God, they're comfortable.
Yeah, they
and
are.
They just need a couple minutes just to sit back and get comfy in that.
Yeah.
And then we'll come back. And I've actually, while we've been talking, I've thought of possibly one regret I do have, which my dad has never let me live down.
Oh, gosh.
This is a 15-year-old story that probably needs to come to light today.
Okay. We'll be back very soon.
Okay.
Wow, we're still comfy. We're still here. We've composed ourselves after that very deep conversation.
But you know what's deep about it? It's the personal impact that it has. Just like Matessi & Co. is all personal. It's all custom designed right here in Australia, and it's got heart. It's Matessi & Co. branded by Michelle right here. And you know what it is? It's her sons Matteo and Jesse, down to the name. That's how personal it is.
I know, and it's personal because she's looked after the family, because she's covered all the leg lengths.
I was just going to say that winter is coming up, and they have got the most comfortable pants available in the 3 different lengths. You've got short for Nancy's.
Me.
You've got regulars for the Vinces, and you've got tall for, and maybe some of you listeners out there. If you're a super tall person, they have got you covered no matter your height or shape. You're going to love it. It feels so good.
It sure does. It's comfy. It looks amazing. And go give him a follow, Matessi & Co. And use the code LiViN15 for 15% off full priced items.
Love that. Love that. LiViN15.
Yep.
Full price items. 15% off. I'm going to go right now. Matessi.
Start the car.
Start the car. MatessiandCo.com.au. You too could look this fly. I'm dripping right now.
Oh,
Did you like that? I've
my
been listening to my
God.
nieces and my nephews. This
Wow.
drip is fly. It's so comfy.
Wow.
Matessi & Co. Thanks for making me feel young again. And now back to the show. All right, next.
Yo.
So let me take you back.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Where are we?
Well, we're going back to a time when I was performing professionally, still touring quite
Yeah.
a bit. I toured for about 6 years straight with the Co-Opera.
Yep.
Wonderful South Australian arts organisation here, sometimes called, the Outback Opera, the regional opera,
Yep.
because we would tour to basically everywhere between major cities to Timbuktu, literally Timbuktu, right? And one year, it was my third year touring with them, we were doing a 15-week world tour of Mozart's The Magic Flute, and I had the privilege of playing Monostatos, the villain, which was probably my
Ooh.
biggest opera role,
Yeah.
a principal role, and it was just the most amazing experience. So I did that all around Australia, and then we went to Europe, and we got to perform in Wiesbaden at the Mozart Festival, so prestigious, right? But this tour through Europe was 3 weeks, and part of our package to go to Europe, rather than sort of fly us individually from Adelaide to Germany and then wherever,
Yep.
what they did was we landed in Germany and then we drove to Switzerland, Austria, and then back to Germany to close. And part of our package was they gave us round the world tickets.
Wow.
Right? It was cheaper at that time.
Yes.
Gosh, take me back to
Yeah.
2009.
Ansett.
No, not as far as it's maybe not that far. Take me back to still Qantas.
Showing my age.
No, but that's funny. That's a funny gag. If for those of you who know Ansett, you'll understand why they were so cheap. But we got these around the world tickets, which included 5 stops globally, and so we all were very excited. We were all young. We were all between 18 and I would say our lead soprano might have been 50 at the time, but a wonderful company of people. And so everyone starts planning, where are we going to go? We're in Europe. Let's live our best life, obviously. And we've got free trips.
Yeah.
We've got 3 flights basically that we get to use. So they're flying us there, flying us home. That's 2. We've got 3 more stops. So family of ours and who live in Italy still had said, Vince, when are you coming to Italy? And I was like, May. And they were like, why would you never come? That's an Italian joke for a lot of people, but May in Italian
May.
means never. So they were very confused. But it was May that I was heading to Italy,
Right.
to Europe. So I had these 3 trips, and I said, I'll come when I finish. I will come to Italy. I said, you stay with us for 10 weeks, as long as you want. 10 weeks I was going to stay with them as a base, and then basically travel Europe as you do. My girlfriend at the time, we had sort of been by that point, we were pretty rocky. The last year was pretty not tumultuous, turbulent, let's say. But it was just it was hard. Touring, it puts a lot of pressure on things. But she was like, I want you to come home. I guess there was a level of jealousy as well, where she'd said, I'm jealous that you're in Europe and I'm here.
Yeah.
And, and I was like, oh, no, I can't. And then other people on the tour are like, we're going to go to Austria from here, and we're going to go see Lenny Kravitz in Austria to come. And I was like, that sounds amazing. Anyway, last minute, I'm like, no, I'm coming home. So I came home. Did not go to Italy. Never been. Still haven't been.
Wow.
Since 2009.
Wow.
And to this day, we broke up
Yes.
months later. Literally, I think it was a month or so later we split up. And I don't regret it. My dad always says, to this day, sometimes Dad's like, you're an idiot. You came home for love. You think you're in love, but you're not. You had all this time free experiences that you're never going to get back.
Yeah.
And you came home and that never worked out. He never lets me live it down. That's the one thing Dad always reminds me of. Remember when you gave up that free trip to Italy for your girlfriend? Oh, you idiot. Idiot. And it's funny, again, do I think of it as a regret? I know I mentioned before as we were talking, I said, maybe I think of it, that is one I could possibly think of.
Yeah.
But I don't regret it because, again, I feel at least I know I came home, I tried everything.
Yeah. I know.
To resolve a relationship, put everything on the table.
Yeah.
Or what could have been.
I know.
Could have been driving a Vespa with a limoncello in my hand.
Look,
Well, probably
you
not
still
actually.
can.
Drink responsibly,
Look,
drive
that's,
responsibly.
that offer still stands. You will get to go with your family one day.
Well, it's actually great because, again, yes, you're right. We are thinking it's time. Mm-hmm. Oh, I don't know, probably not in the current state of the world, but, I would love to. I still haven't gotten to Italy.
Yep.
That's where I need to go.
Well, it's funny that you say that, regrets, because right now, actually, probably this exact episode as it's airing, I am supposed to be in Spain.
Guadalajara.
I am supposed to be in Spain for a little soccer tournament that my son was going to be involved in.
I was going to ask if you'll play.
And no. Not there here. And I don't have regrets because obviously, as we say, the way of the world right now, it just feels a little bit crazy what's going on. Yeah. And circumstance has meant that we are not going. But because I'm an anxious flyer at the best of times on my own, I would be going without you and just Jaden and, some of the team members. But then some of the trip I would be by myself coming home and stuff like that. I can't say that the back of my mind isn't slightly relieved given everything that's going on in the world.
I think that's a very fair position to take. Like, I know that when we spoke about it, and I used the term, I was like, no matter where you're going, I just feel like you're far away from home.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. So am I looking at that as a regret? Absolutely not. I'm looking at this moment like this is where I'm meant to be. I am
100%.
meant to be right here. Yeah. So I don't know how Jaden will look at that later on in life because he's young. He doesn't really had all the team be going and we're the only ones missing out.
But you're not.
No.
Our
entire,
I think that sort of also, it's a clear message as well. Like it's a safety thing, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
So anyway.
Regrets. Do you have them? Do you not have them? Are you aware of what you're saying and doing in those moments? Do you take the opportunity to tell someone what you think when you need to?
Yeah.
Oh, I love doing that.
And if you ask someone that has regrets, like how are they holding you back still, those regrets? Like, is it something you reminisce on often or what are you doing about it? Because sometimes it's not a healthy thing for you. You actually need to talk it out, even if it's just saying it out loud to somebody. I hope that you do have the opportunity to talk out loud to people about any regrets that you do have because, you don't want anything manifesting inside of regrets that you haven't let out. So, yes, they might not have come to fruition, things the way they, were going to go, the way you had planned in your mind, but at least talk to someone about it, I think.
Definitely talk
really
about
important.
100%.
Yeah.
Don't have a regret about it.
No.
Talk about it. That's what we should do. If you're not already, give us a follow on Instagram at LiViN_podcast. If you're on Spotify, did you know that there's like 60% of you who listen to this show haven't actually clicked follow yet?
Oh my goodness.
On Spotify.
Just hit a button.
Click follow and that way you'll get notified as well when new episodes drop every Monday.
Yeah, that's right.
But it actually does great things for us too. It helps our show stay alive, helps us come back every week and helps great sponsors like Matessi & Co. get involved. So if you are listening on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever good pods are cast, hit that follow button on there.
You mentioned it before. It's about the win-win for everyone. It's a win for us and it's a win for businesses that come on board to sponsor.
That's what we're all about.
It's a win for you thinking, I've done something good for someone.
But you know what? That's the best feeling is doing good for others.
Yeah,
do unto others as you would want done towards you.
But what about the wheel?
Oh my God, stop the music.
Stop the music.
Hold up. Stop the music. Get the wheel out
there. Stop the music. We love talking about what we're living through every week on the episode. And this week, living through regrets and how we've dealt with them. But now we're going to live through the wheel. So it's your turn.
Yeah, all right, ready?
To spin the wheel.
Here we go. All right, round and round and round she goes. And when she stops,
nobody
knows. What are we doing with Bust a Move? But it's on the line of Bust a Move and Horrendous. It's actually closer to Horrendous.
You know what? I think that's perfect for you because you pretty much can't bust a move because you're feeling horrendous down there.
Let's talk about it very quickly. I mentioned this vasectomy reversal. Guys, it's fresh, okay? We do pre-record, but we are right on the cusp of the recovery of this procedure. So I can't bust a move or a nut at this point. Because and it's horrendous. It's been good. Like again, no regrets, But it's having had it done previously and now reversing it, I just feel like, and everyone's like, "Will you do it again? Will you go get it done?"
Goodness.
And I was like, no. At this point, like I said, it's really back in God's hands.
Yeah,
and I'm okay with that. So horrendous because the pain has been horrendous. It just feels like constantly getting kicked in the balls.
And horrendous because you cannot bust a move
Which
because you might
I'm devastated
bust
about
a
because
ball.
I would, yeah, might bust something. But hey, no regrets, Nance. No regrets.
No regrets. We're living through it.
We're living through it. And
We're
whatever
living
you're
through it.
living through, make sure you keep those comments coming on
Yes.
Instagram, on the episodes. Keep telling us, what are you living through?
Yep.
Because we're living it too. I promise you, you're not the only ones.
See you next week,
Yeah,
guys.
Monday. See you there.